Well, tonight we're hearing from the victim of another recent shooting in San Francisco. The young woman was visiting the city with her friends when she was injured in a random attack. KTVU investigative reporter Evan Cernovsky spoke to her and has a closer look at the troubling trend.
I'm not going to be coming over here anymore. I don't even want to drive my car anymore.
This 21-year-old woman is still recovering after being shot in broad daylight on a visit to San Francisco. We agreed to not show her face or use her name to protect her safety. But her story is frightening, and she wants to make sure people know what happened.
There's somebody out there that's just shooting people randomly.
It began when she and her two friends visited the city from Watsonville on June 6th to rent paddle boats on Stowe Lake. Around 2 p.m. that Sunday, they drove to get ice cream on their way out of town. When they were here along Alamany Boulevard, a bullet pierced the driver's side door and lodged into the woman's left knee.
I started freaking out because I didn't know what was going to happen. Because my leg looked really bloody and I didn't know if I was going to be able to move my leg anymore.
They Googled the nearest hospital, Seton Medical Center in Daly City.
It's been really painful. And they still haven't found the guy. They still don't have any leads. They still don't even know anything.
The young woman's mom was by her side at the hospital for almost a week.
It's just overwhelming, and I still think it hasn't hit me yet that this whole thing happened, because it's like kind of unbelievable that it happened to her.
Stories like what happened to this young woman, unfortunately, are becoming increasingly common in San Francisco. Last year during the pandemic, shootings nearly doubled in the city. And this year, things are looking even worse. According to the San Francisco Police Department, there were 558 shootings last year. 122 people were wounded and 31 were killed by guns. As of mid-June, this year's shootings are on pace to be even worse. There were 327 shootings, 71 people were wounded and 12 were killed. And that's not even including a weekend rash of shootings that left at least 2 more people dead.
Make no mistake, and I'm here to say, yes, you're seeing certain crimes starting to rise up. And what are we going to do about that as a whole?
Tracy McCrae is vice president of the city's police union. She's concerned the department doesn't have enough officers to meet the new demand.
You're going to need more cops, I think, at this particular point now than we ever needed before because of crime.
And while violence is up in nearly every major city in the country, it may have a different impact on a city with an economy as unique as San Francisco's. Public safety advocates like Joel Ingardio at Stop Crime SF are concerned the bloodshed could begin to affect tourists, like the woman we spoke to, as more people start returning to the city.
We want people to visit San Francisco and have a good experience, so they go home to Michigan or Ohio or Taiwan or anywhere in the world they're from to say San Francisco was a great place.
That's definitely not how this woman feels about her experience.
It's not normal. It shouldn't be normal for people to be getting shot.
In San Francisco, Evan Cernovsky, KTVU Fox 2 News.